Hey, Tony Gassins here. Now listen, first let me get this straight. Because I did this the other day with the Shador Sanders video. Anything I say, I mean it. So don't come on my apology talking about, yeah, you better apologize, or yeah, that's what I thought, yeah, can't believe you said that. Let me tell you something, shut up. I say what I want to say. And I got the right to change my mind when I want to change my mind. I got the right to look and address and assess how I want to address and assess. And then as I change my mind and I address and assess differently, then it'll change. So when you see somebody say, I apologize, shut up and accept the apology instead of coming in, oh yeah, what I thought. I ain't have to apologize. It's like, I'm like, what the world? I was blocking people. I'm like, somebody's apology not accepted. I don't care what you accept this block button. It's like, you don't shut up and get out of here. Now back to the regular scheduled programming of what I had to say. Now, I want to say to black women, and this not even my apology, but this to everybody. Cause my wife was just talking to me about a black girl video she saw, I think on TikTok, and it was saying, you know, let me clarify about the thought that count. The thought that count don't mean, you know, you thought about something and then didn't do nothing, or whatever she was saying. She was like, it's like you thought about getting a Birkin, but you got Saint Laurent. Okay, that's the thought that count, or something like that. And I say, you know what? I felt that is entitlement. And then the same thing about, and it's a fine line with this, the same thing when the black women made it viral about they ain't going to no cheesecake factory. And I say, you know, that's entitlement. But what I want to say is, black women, I apologize, because y'all deserve the right to be a little entitled. Notice I put little in there. It's a fine line now. And here's what I mean by to be a little entitled. What I mean is, y'all deserve the right to have expectations, because for our entire existence in America, white women have always had expectations. And white women expect to have a nice house. They expect to drive a nice car. They expect to have nice things. They expect for their children to have the best school. They expect. And I'm of the belief that a woman is a queen, a woman is a princess, a woman is royal because God made her, not because her stuff don't stink, not because she knows all, not because of this and that and that. It ain't about pedestalizing. It's about honoring the gift that God gave to man, and that is a woman. He saw fit to lay Adam down and to make Eve from Adam real. That's a gift. Just like Russell Westbrook clothing line, Honor the Gift, I think it's called. My wife got some of it. And so I say that to say, black women, you deserve to be entitled, to want nice things. And this what and this the thing. The Lord is working with me on seeing the reality of things, seeing the truth of things. You know, I'm 41, so I'm getting older. Seeing the reality of things, seeing the truth of things, in the sense of there are white women that are 300 pounds and they married and they expect to be married. Whereas we tell black women that they got to be bada bing, bada boom. They got to be, they can't pinch an inch if they want a husband. Now, yes, it may be more available white men than it is available black men. That may be a thing. And yes, it does matter. Culture and upbringing and how we raised, those things do matter. So I'm not excusing y'all from the work of self-love. I ain't excusing you from the 3 B's, which we'll be touching on at January 24th at the live event. The $97 is the live event ticket. I think we only got about 10 of them left now. For the main one, might have to do overflow if we go over that, but I'm gonna shut it on down in about 30 tickets. So get your ticket. Y'all trying to drag your feet. Then you gonna be writing any more ticket? No. What you waiting on? Tax return? My goodness. Like, borrow the $100, then get back to him in the tax return. Like, want me to keep the tickets open? And so, I ain't excusing you from the work now. But it just hit me today, and not in a real way, because here go y'all. That just hit you today? Wow. 2026? December 10th? We've been going through this since 1908. Since the AKAs got established, and that just hit you. It's like, y'all, hush. Like, what I'm saying is, I'm just getting around to making the video, but at the same time, I want excellence for you. I want you to be the best. You know, so even with my clients, like, I tell them, like, listen, you got the 3 B's. Everybody got the 3 B's if that's where you want to stay at, but we can always get better. I tell my clients, you know, hey, work on this, work on that, do this, do that, you know, do this, do that. Like, keep working, keep grinding. Like, don't stop. Don't stop. Like, keep building you. But and to the black men, I'm gonna do a separate video to the black men, cause we got to change, we got to grow, man. We got to do more. And y'all got to do better, man, because I don't want to be one of the only ones out here, man. We got to set a new standard, man. Even when it come down to, I remember some, you know, mammy lane women, if I get my wife a gift and I post it, take a picture, you know, her new shoes or something like that, and I remember it was only 2 women. All you post is material, and it's like my whole page is quotes. And then when I post me celebrating my wife, they had something to say. And I remember one lady, she talking about, you know, and just like with your wife, you know, I know brands. I work in whatever, you know. She have on Valentino heel, Chanel purse, and it was like she was offended that my wife had on designer. And I'm like, okay, and it's like, that's my budget. Like, I'm not finna give my wife Payless shoes if I can afford, if I got the money in my bank account for Valentino. Like, and I'm not finna give my wife a Coach purse if I can afford a Chanel purse. She went through Coach. She went through Michael Kors. We climbed. My wife used to proudly wear $40 fake purses from the swap meet. It's a swap meet on Mondays in Webster, Florida. Me and my daddy used to drive to Webster, go out there and buy them fake Coach purses, fake Gucci purses, put them in our trunk. Me and my daddy used to sell purses out of our trunk. I'm selling out my trunk, he's selling out his trunk. We used to sell purses. I remember being at the school. I was in school. I was at University of South Florida, being in the parking lot. Hey, got purses straight out of China. And Louis Vuitton. I remember the black girl, she was like, not from Italy. I was like, no, child, it's from China. This the real deal. I had no clue Louis Vuitton was made in Italy. Or whatever brand it was, until I got the real thing and seen it said made in Italy. I felt so stupid. I went back years to that day when that black girl said that to him. When that sister said, and she was pretty too. She was pretty, she was classy. So the thing is, she probably had her mama. I could tell her mama had the real one. She might even have the real one. And it's like, sisters, why you just don't educate your brother? Instead of getting smart out the mouth. Not from Italy. You should have went to Howard. What is your butt down here at USF for? Since you're so bougie, you should have went to Howard. And so I had no clue. But when I tell you I was selling them purses, and I never forget, had me a client, I think her name was Reem, and I think she was she might have been Egyptian or something, or some Greek or something. She had just a little tint to her. And she bought my Gucci diaper bag. And I never forget seeing her at the mall, her and her sister, with my Gucci diaper bag that I sold them for maybe $70. And man, I was so proud. Accomplished salesman. And so I said to say, my wife had to come up from that. Like, and one thing I'm gonna tell you, when I got engaged to my wife, with a, y'all gotta forgive me that line, that's from my dude, right? A lady told me, does anybody see a line on Tony's head? Man, would you shut up? It's like, that's a do-right line. Like, huh? And so, my wife got engaged. Yeah. When I got engaged to my wife, I proposed on Christmas Day, 2006. Man, I forgot to put my eye patches on. That eye done had it, boy. And I proposed on December 2006 with a $70 3-carat ring, rose gold, 3-carat, $70 off of QVC. Y'all remember QVC? I don't know what it stands for. That the TV, and they show you all the little crystal jewelry and all the little vacuum, the little, my mother-in-law showed me a flashlight she bought off of there the other day that got a radio on it and everything. And it charged solar, got a solar panel charger on it, everything. And she's like, let me show you this. Showed it to me. And so my wife wore that ring. And I'm going to tell you, if I go in her closet, I'm going to show y'all that ring, because she still got that ring to this day. She wore that $70 ring until it turned black, turned her finger green. And then at some point, I was able to get her a $2,500 ring from K's Jewelers. Every kiss begins with K. K, send me a check. And then I got her the $5,000 ring at K's. And she wore that $5,000 ring until we got married 2007. I believe it was either 2015 or 2020, I can't remember, when finally I was able to get my wife a 3-carat old European cut diamond for $24,000 and a eternity band with 0.3 carat stones all around it for $15,000. So her setup, $40,000, and she lost it. She lost it. Ain't had no insurance. She lost weight. So it was fitting her tight. She lost weight to where it just started to kind of just fall off. But she'll just keep pulling it, keep pulling it, keep pulling it. One night at soccer practice, it was cold. She had her jacket and her hand in and out her pocket. Then she had to put the chairs together, fold up the chairs. She came home that night. It was late that night, probably like midnight. And she was like, "Where's my ring?" She was like, I can't find my ring. She was like, "I don't know where I sat it at." And we had to get dressed, get in the truck, and drive out to the field, shine the light where she was sitting at, walk all over everywhere looking for the ring. Never found the ring. And you know what? I ain't even make a fuss about it. All I could hear in my head was from the Bible that say, don't store up your treasures on earth where rust and moth inhabits them, but store up your treasures in heaven with the Lord. And so from there, we just buy lab diamonds. We buy lab diamonds because it passed the diamond tester and you can't tell the difference. And I learned a valuable lesson of we put a lot of emphasis and a lot of money into things that don't really matter. Like the world has really taken and finessed us. Like, yes, this is an authentic outfit that I got on that my wife bought me. But you can order this same thing. This might cost $150. I don't know. And I got the matching pants on. And you can take and order this same thing for probably $15, $20 off of Alibaba. And do you know that the jug is in? Like, if you go on Alibaba, and y'all be struggling with that word, it's Alibaba. You literally can take a picture of anything you see in somebody's house, on a page, on furniture site. Take a picture, go to Alibaba, upload that picture, and that item will come up. And it will be for sale for 1/3 of the cost, sometimes 1/10 of the cost. So I did that with some bar stools that my wife wants, and found the manufacturer. These bar stools was selling for $500 a piece, 50% marked off from $1,000 a piece. She wanted 4 of them. I took a picture, went into Alibaba. They selling the same bar stools for $150 to $350. $150 if you don't need authentic leather, $350 if you need authentic leather. So guess what? I'm gonna order them, and I'm not gonna tell my wife they from Alibaba, because she not where I'm at yet in fully understanding that the fix is in. So she still values name brand, because yes, the name brand is a little bit better. It is more authentic, but they do have things for sale in China where it's like the same quality. It's the same thing, to where like it is a difference. So my wife have authentic purses, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Christian Dior, Saint Laurent, You know, everybody who make a high-end purse, she have it. Almost, not all of them, not W.A.R. And I used to sell the fakes. The fakes would start, the string start to come off, the leather start to tear in 30 to 60 days. My wife have purses, Chanel and Louis Vuitton purses from 15 years ago. And they look the exact same condition as when they was bought. They still look brand new. So yes, there is a difference. There is a difference. And that's why the stuff costs more. But there is a close replica that won't last nowhere near as long, but it'll look good in the beginning when you get it. And if that's where you at, be there. Be there. And so the thing about it is, the fix is so in that we give a lot of people credit for stuff that ain't even real. Because, you know, the watches and the bags, they also sell the dust bags and the boxes and the envelope that you can open to make look like it come from the actual store. They sell all that in China. So it's people you watching unbox stuff and they got a fake. It's people that you see in the store and you like, man, she doing her thing. Man, she got Cartier love bracelets. She got Van Cleef bracelets. She got Chanel purse, Louis purse. She got these shoes, that shoes, and it's all fake. It's all fake. But in passing, you can't tell that it's fake. And who you really give the most credit to is the people that you know are millionaires. You know their husband or their boyfriend got a multi-million-dollar contract, so you give them credit for having all real, and a lot of times it be fake because they know they could get away with it being fake and that you're gonna believe that it's real. And the other thing that happens too is you have a situation where a lot of the distributors, the jewelers, the people, they will get fake and sell it to you as it's real because they know you don't know. So just like the rapper Lil Baby, he spent $400,000 on a watch from a jeweler, posted it, a watch connoisseur looked at it and told him that's not authentic, and proved to him how it's not authentic. And Lil Baby and then the jeweler had to come out and say, oh, we so sorry, we didn't know. But the jeweler didn't say where they got it from because they knew it was fake. So they didn't, because they would have outed the people who scammed them instead of them taking the hit. But when I read they post, they just said we had no clue. We thought it was real. And they was finna take $400,000 from this man for a $250 watch. Because them super clones is what they call them. Because they sell them in China. Them super clones, they last. I done seen some. They heavy, they thick, they got the movement, and they will last you forever. Not fade, none of that. And they call super clones. And they $250. $250. See how the light hit different now? Just a little hue. And it make you look different and give you a whole nother skin color. That's a life lesson. Sometimes you just got to change your lighting. Sometimes you just in the wrong exposure. Sometimes you just in the wrong setting. You in the wrong place. You got to realize and understand that. So, this the thing. Came on here to say, black women, you deserve. But at the same time, don't be bamboozled. You deserve to be a little entitled. But this the thing. Be entitled Be entitled to a good man versus good products. Be more focused on a good man than what he can buy you, what he can get for you. Focus more on that. Focus more on being treated right. Be entitled to good treatment. Be entitled to wholesome, fair, honest, loving treatment. And don't settle for less. And I'm going to do a video to the black men. And y'all screen record little bits of it. Put it on TikTok. Put it on your TikTok. Y'all gotta forgive me if I had draws out and all that. Because we got to do better. So like me, man, I'm working. Christmas, I want us to be able to spend a minimum for Christmas of $10,000 on my wife. And not about it being materialistic or nothing, but just so she could feel celebrated. So she could feel appreciated. So she knows how much she means to me. Cause my son coming home and he getting him a tattoo, finishing up his tattoo, and that's finna cost, I can't remember what he said, $1,500, $2,000. So it's like, what about the woman who pushed him out? The woman who raised him? How much should she get then? You see what I mean? If a kid finna get that for Christmas, really, more than that. Like the whole tattoo cost $4,000. So if a kid finna get that, really, the mama deserved 10 times that. She the one raised you, fed you, took care of you, tutored you, nursed you, all of that. So, and guess what? If I had 40,000, I'll spend it. I'll spend it. And I don't care about how you feel about it. Even if you a woman and you say, oh, that ain't necessary. That ain't necessary. It'll be necessary when it become your norm. When you get used to it. When you get you a man that's going to do it. You ain't going to turn it down. You'll be a fool to turn it down. If he got it. So I ain't got it. But if I had it, I'm going to sure spend it. Next year, my wife turned 40. And I want to be able to bust her down with 40,000. I'm going to be saving all year. I'm going to be working my butt off. I'm going to be on the phone coaching all day long. Y'all might see me with sessions starting at 6 a.m. to take care of the Europeans because it'll be 12 over there, 11 or 12. Y'all might see me with session from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. because my 11 o'clock will be 8 o'clock in California. Listen, I work all day. Do what I got to do to be able to pay all my bills, take care of what I got to take care of, and put me some up on the side to be a blessing to my wife. And I say, you know what? Because she already got my presence. She already got my love. She already got my faithfulness. So I'm not going to say she already got my touch. She already got my affection. She already got my words of affirmation. She already gave birth to my kids. But I ain't going to say, oh, well, she got me and I'm faithful. She got enough. No, I want her to have it all. I want her to have everything that God blessed me with. I want her to have it. Because here's the thing. Jesus Christ don't limit me. Jesus Christ don't say, hey, you got this, so you don't need that. That's not what he does. He don't say, oh, you got this, you got that, so you don't need nothing else. No, the Bible say, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. So if it say love your wives as Christ loved the church, I want her to have well-rounded. I want her to have it all. And so I just want to say to the black women, feel entitled, but y'all know what I mean. Not in a arrogant, disrespectful, condescending way, but meaning be in expectation of your blessing. But hey, this is Tony Gaskin. God bless you. All the important links in the description. Join me if you want to build your business from the ground up and be able to sustain it. You see what I'm doing, you want to learn how to do it, make sure you join the Solopreneur Mastermind. It's on TonyGaskinsAcademy.com. You'll see it there. It is 4K. Look at everything that's included. It's probably $100,000 worth of value. And there is a payment plan on there. Just hit the drop down arrow. You'll see the 5-month payment plan. That'll move to 4 months come January. In your tax return, you can just write in to support and request the invoice if you want to pay in full and save $500. By all means, write in and let us know. But God bless you. All the important links. If you can't do that, at the least get into the all access membership with the 80 courses. Make sure you get in there at the least. But hey, God bless you. Keep your head up, and we will talk soon.